Salam alaikum, shalom, grüß Gott, bonjour, privet, dobar dan, namaste, and welcome to this video. In this one, I will talk about the KEF LS50 Meta, a wonderful looking and sounding speaker. First, talking about the looks, in my opinion, this looks much better in person, so to speak, than on video. I've seen this in a lot of YouTube videos, but here in my room it looks a lot better, and I also said that seeing these in the Munich high-end show. I was surprised how beautiful these speakers are when I see them in reality, and not only in recorded reality. So it is really amazing. This color is so beautiful in this room, but when I look at my display on my phone, it doesn't look that beautiful the way it is here in this room. So if you didn't see them in reality, I would recommend it. So it has a quite small mid woofer, but it has a lot of bass, at least at low volumes, so I can recommend this. Even for listening at low volumes, it sounds full-bodied, it sounds open, natural, and lush, even at low volumes. And it has its own sound signature. I would say it sounds lively and lush. I am surprised that they put out so much bass, and not only in quality. It has a good, in my opinion, it is a good tight bass. It doesn't sound the same with all the different songs and signals. So when watching movie, it's not always the same boomy deep notes when a crash or something happens in the movie. It is a hi-fi speaker, so it isn't as flat, as neutral sounding as a studio monitor. The one in the back, the Technics SBC 700, is a bit more of that. But if you want a hi-fi sound, a bit warmth, just a bit of warmth, a bit of sweetness in the mid-range, these KEF LS50 Metas are really, really great, and they are small, they look beautiful. They sound, in my opinion, they sound so pleasing. It is, in my opinion, again, it is all is my opinion. In my room with my gear, for this test I had the Omnia by Audiolab and the Unico Primo by Unison Research, and just streaming over the Argon Audio Solo, powered by a power bank, because it sounds much better when it's powered by a power bank than when I power it over the charging slot in the wall. So back to the speaker. Its strength is imaging, in my opinion, in my room, with my ears, with my perception. Its strength is imaging. Obviously, KEF knows how to integrate this tweeter and the mid subwoofer, the mid bass woofer, sorry, and that is amazing. If you close your eyes, all the sound events come from distinct points on the soundstage. That is really amazing with this one, and the soundstage is wider than these both speakers are apart. I like that too. Depth is great. So when I say great, I'm talking about this price range. I don't have much much pricier gear. It's the Vela in the back, the ELAC Vela version 1 with the Jet 5 tweeter, and the Technics SBC 700 in the back. If you want the sound to be more neutral than this KEF LS50 Meta, you would have to go with the Technics. If you want more and faster bass, you would have to go with the ELAC. But if you want it all, if you just want a pleasing, entertaining sound that is also long listening approved, then the KEF LS50 Meta is a great speaker. I could live with these forever. I guess if I would decide to keep these forever, I'm sure I would try them with a Hegel amp, since I have heard that they sound so good together. I don't have any Hegel amp here. These sound fine the way they are, and I can recommend this one without any doubt. Now, in the end, it comes down to preferences. If you want more transparency, even better holographic imaging, the Techniques is the way to go. If you want more bass and even a more long listening sessions capable sound with even more airy treble, you could go with the ELAC Vela, but both of those other speakers are more expensive. So in my opinion, this KEF LS50 Meta represents a high value. It is a great sounding speaker for its price. There is no doubt about that, and it is beautiful. It is beautiful. It is small and yet so big in its soundstage. It is really huge. So this one gives you a huge soundstage. Is there more bass, mid-range? It has a warmth to the mid-range, but if I would listen to these in isolation, I wouldn't say that. I would say these are neutral sounding speakers, but comparing them to the Techniques, these have a sound to themselves, a kind of warmth, a kind of sweetness, a kind of, I would say, lush. They have this lush. They have a bit of meat on the bone when it comes to instruments, and I like that. It is everything you hear over these speakers is more saturated than the same songs, the same instruments coming from the playback by the Techniques. So exactly. So like when you compare it with cameras, if you shoot the same scenery with two different cameras, you will get more resolution and I would say more resolution and less how do you say it with cameras, this high ISO grain or something. Less of that with the Techniques, more resolution with the Techniques, but the colors are more saturated with the KEF LS50 Meta. And I have no doubt that a lot of people love this. I like it a lot. And since I am even more into transparency, I will go with the Techniques. But if I had to keep these KEF LS50 Metas, I would just keep them, try them with different gear, and I have no doubt that I could make them even sound better with for example, the with the Hegel H120 or 190. That's it. So if you have any questions, this was a short one. I usually talk about 20 minutes. This was a short one. If you have any questions, please write it down. If I remember that I forgot something that I wanted to tell you, I will write it down too. But for now, this is it. And Have a nice day or night whenever you watch this. And if you have the chance, listen for yourself, because that is always the best way to go. Now, usually this iPhone should be able to make a macro, but maybe not in video. So thank you very much and see you in the next video. Bye bye.